Hello everybody, Tarns here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do all of the floor 7 terminals without stonking through walls. So personally, I'm not a huge fan of using the stonk in dungeons, even though I know it's technically the best way to find secrets and glitch through walls, but I find it to be a little bit cheaty and I generally don't like to do it. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to get all of the terminals in floor 7 done without using the stonk. This is going to be a guide for people who are just looking to get into floor 7s who haven't done any yet or are really not doing very well in them. And hopefully this will help you get better and be faster in your terminal clears. So the main way that this is actually done without using the stonk is using the item called the Jerry Sheen gun, which you probably all know about. But I would personally recommend putting Ultimate Ys on it because that makes it very much easier to use because of the recent nerfs to it where it costs a lot of mana to use. And also, if you're going to be doing Terminal 3, you're basically required to be a mage class or have a mage setup that will give you a lot of mana because it actually requires you to Jerry Sheen gun over 2 separate walls. So typically in your average floor 7 run, you'll have 5 different people, each doing their own terminal section. So those 5 sections are 1S or S1, it doesn't matter how it's said, but it's the same thing, 2T, 2B, 3, and 4. So coming up, I'm going to be showing you guys some clips of each of these terminal sections and how they're done, with some post-recording commentary. So first up, I'll be showing 1S. So for 1S, this is basically the easiest one because it's very linear. You just go through the whole entire first phase of phase 3 and complete all the terminals in order that they're presented. So as you can see, I'm completing this maze here, and I'm going to drop down Wither Cloak up to this one just above it. And I would highly recommend getting a terminal solver so you can complete them quickly like I am, and then hopping over to this one over here, completing that. And now I'm jumping up to where the device is for this stage, and there's a cheese you can do where you jitter click on the button that lights up at first and it will auto-complete multiple stages for you. So usually I can do that in about 2 tries, but it takes 3 in some cases. And now I'm completing the numbers on this one over here, and someone actually already got the levers for me because they didn't actually make it to the second phase, so now I don't have to do them. Now second is 2T. So for 2T, it's also pretty simple. What you're going to want to do is just run straight through the first phase, let the person doing S1 deal with that, and then just run all the way through. Once you get to the wall, Super Boom, Exploded Sheep, Explosive Arrow, blow it up basically. Then you can Jerry Sheen gun up over the top, just like I did there. Then you're going to want to use your Wither Cloak up to this first terminal, solve that. And then after you're done with that, turn around and launch up to where the levers are. Complete those using this easy to memorize format. And then jump over to this last terminal. And if you end up completing the first part before the person doing the bottom part of 2, you will want to get the levers too. But actually in this case, I did all of 2T before 1 was even done. So I have to wait here for a little bit until they finish 1 so I can hit the levers, which should happen now. And I'm able to jump down, launch up, and actually get both of the levers, and now we're on to phase 3. Now 2B. And for 2B, you use the exact same method to get over as you did in 2T. You're going to run straight through 1. As soon as you get to the wall, you're going to blow it up with anything that you have at your disposal. Super Boom, Infinity Boom, Exploded Sheep, Explosive Arrow, and then Jerry Sheen gun over the top of it, just like this. Make sure you aim between those 2 chains at the top, and then you're going to want to do these 3 terminals on the bottom, just like this. Then you're going to want to Wither Cloak over to this one, and then complete it. And finally this one over here. It does help to have the rabbit hat glitch, so you're able to jump around a little bit easier, which you can do by just putting on the rabbit hat before you go into the blood room portal. And then you can hit the levers if the person on 2T hasn't done so yet. And then this is 3. So as I said before, 3 is arguably the hardest one to do because it requires you to jump over 2 different walls. So at first you're going to go right over this wall next to where you drop in and run all the way through 4. I like to take the route that I'm showing you right now where I pass through under that thing, but you got to be careful not to get crushed. And then here's the second wall. You're going to do the same Jerry Machine Gun up over it again. And this is why you pretty much need to be a mage, because it uses a lot of intelligence over those two different Jerry Machine Gun sessions. And then you're going to do that bottom terminal first, jump up to the device, and start whacking the arrows to complete that one. And this mod that I'm using that you can see on screen that shows the numbers is from SBE, which is a $5 mod, but I think it's definitely worth it. And as you can see, I completed that one. Now I'm going to jump over here and complete this terminal, and then there's one more behind me that I'm going to be able to do. But the one at the very beginning of 3 is normally not done by the person actually doing 3. It's usually the person doing 2B that ends up doing it, because it's a lot quicker just in general for the person who's doing 2B to do that one. And lastly, you go whack these levers, and someone got the other one, so now we're done. And finally, here's how you do 4. So for 4, what you do is you drop down, and you're going to use the same method to get over to 4 as you did for number 3. You're going to Jerry Machine Gun up this wall, and then drop down into 4, and instantly you get to start doing the terminals rather than going all the way to 3. So you do that terminal first, drop down to this one below device, start doing it, and then turn around, wither cloak, and go up to your device. And now shoot the arrows. Just a short bow would be recommended, but I don't have one, so I'm using my death bow, because why not? So just shoot all 9 of these, and as soon as you do, it'll complete the device, and you get to go run down here to this one and complete it. And then wither cloak up to the one above it and complete that one. And then turn around and go back to where the top lever is, and basically you just wait for 3 to be done, and then you just get to click the levers and you're done. So you'll see me waiting for quite a while here, waiting for the rest of my teammates to complete their terminals, but as soon as they do, you'll see me flick the lever and then drop down to the other one and then flick that one. And I got the first one, and there's the second one, and now the core entrance is opening. And that's how you do all of the terminals. So yeah, that was all of the terminals, and I hope you guys found this video helpful and understood what I was doing. This is my first kind of skyblock tutorial like this, so I'd really appreciate it if you could like it, if you found it helpful, and also subscribe if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.